always.
We're good. Yes.
Eastern Europe.
I'd like to call tonight's Borough Council meeting to order for February 10th, 2026. May I have a roll call, please?
Councilperson Cooper,
Here.
Council President Kaufman,
Here.
Councilperson Byers,
Here.
Councilperson Zink,
Here.
Councilperson Husey,
She's out sick.
Councilperson Murphy,
Here.
Councilperson Ziegler,
Here.
Mayor Lutz.
Here.
Thank you.
We have an invocation from Pete Petrosky.
Let's bow our heads. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this opportunity you've given us to gather together this evening. We thank you for each one that could make it here tonight. I pray for a sense of discernment and wisdom as decisions are made, as discussion is held. I just pray for a sense of unity and respect amongst each of us. In Jesus Christ's name we pray, amen.
Amen.
Thanks for the opportunity to be here tonight.
And I do want to mention, Pete is the chaplain of the Manor's House. Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Pledge of allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Announcement of executive sessions, there were none. Additions, deletions, and reorganization of the agenda. I'd like to add Section 9, action items, letter D, authorize staff to proceed with starting, I don't know how I would say it. To begin the process of trying to get a tax anticipation loan or a RAM. Revenue anticipation. Okay. That will be item D. Any other changes to the agenda? Additions or deletions? Can I get a motion?
So moved.
A
Second.
I have a motion to accept the agenda. Second, or by Councilman Kelly, second by Councilman Byers. All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. Citizen comments, non-agenda items. There are none written down. Anybody have any comments? Yes, Frank.
Eric, you're going to talk about the tan note then?
Yes.
Okay, all right. And I'd like to ask just for my information, do we have an ordinance for towing service here in Columbia?
An ordinance? I don't believe so.
Say we don't. So who do we use? How do you figure who you use?
Chief Brower can better explain it.
Okay, thank you.
Frank, we were in the process of developing a policy within the police department for the use of tows. So I just sat down with Lieutenant Arndt within the past week or two. We went over a document that's just about finished, and we're going to roll it out discuss it with our management staff in the police department next Friday. We have a meeting, and then we'll be able to roll it out to the public and start to enforce it within the department too.
Can I ask you, who have we been using?
For the most part, there are a number of tows that are local, within maybe a 5-mile radius of the borough. Unlimited Towing is one company. You know, there are some others, Patriot Towing, you know, we also use.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Frank, for speaking. All right, minutes for approval. Consider approval of the Borough Council meeting minutes for January 27th, 2026.
So moved.
Second. I have a motion to approve the minutes for January 27th, 2026. From Councilman Cooper, thank you. And second by Councilman,
Ziegler.
I know, hold on, I'm writing it down. Ziegler. Any questions or comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Consider approval for the Borough Council meeting minutes for February 3rd, 2026.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion by Councilman Byers, second by Councilman Ziegler to approve the meeting minutes for February 3rd, 2026. Any questions, concerns? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Mayor Lutz.
I have nothing this evening. I don't know if the chief has anything.
I do not for police.
Action items. Authorized bill payments.
Make a motion to make the bill payments.
I'll second it.
I have a motion by Councilman Cooper, second by Councilman Byers to authorize bill payments. Any questions or concerns? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Approval of RFP for the sale of McGinnis property. I'm gonna turn this over to Heather, since she was the architect behind it. If anybody has any questions, concerns, or?
All right, I didn't know we were going to formally approve this at this point. But all of the dates and amounts and everything else has been entered in. Are there any other changes, or does anyone have any questions on it?
I like the evaluation criteria. Good job there.
Only note was submission can be made via any of the following. Doesn't have a entry in the email section yet, so we'll just need to put somebody
shoot.
down there.
Thanks.
Thank you for catching that.
But that's the only thing I saw. Seems great.
This was definitely interesting. I've never done anything like this before. So I wanted to kudos to the Lancaster EDC for giving me the examples to look at, to know how to do something like this.
Do you want to read those dates off? You have them
No, the dates are, the bid, it's going to be released March 30th, 2026. The bids and proposals are due May 15th, 2026. The the pre-bid meeting is on here. I have it. What did we,
7 days prior.
no, the pre-bid meeting is like the first week.
April 8th.
I couldn't find it as I'm scrolling. I didn't wear my computer glasses.
I'm with you.
Had stuff my regular ones on. So yeah,
There is one thing that I'm just looking at as I missed it when I went through it. I believe that language should be minimum bid required rather than requested is 6.2
Okay.
million. Yeah.
And I'm gonna have them emailed to borough manager.
Yeah.
All right, that's in there.
So what does the pre-bid meeting mean?
Basically, a pre-bid meeting, we do it for pretty much all of our bigger projects. Anyone that is going to be submitting a bid goes to a meeting. It's generally at the site or, somewhere. They meet with Derek, they meet with, the engineer, there may be others there. They can see the site, they can get, verbal discussion on what's required. Is there anything else you want to add there?
And you're right, we normally don't do them for every single contract, but what you'll see during this period and what has been outlined in this RFP is there'll be, a question period. So this will hit the streets, there'll be a window in which prospective bidders can ask questions, and then we have, basically as those questions come in, we will respond to those questions. Now, the way that those responses work is all qualified bidders get to see the questions and get to see the answers. So I can't answer Evan's question and not tell Eric what I told him. That information is available to everybody.
Okay.
So we do the pre-bid meetings. It really kind of opens up the question period. We'll talk through the in this case the RFP. Hey, this is exactly here it's written. Let us tell you what you're looking for, what we're looking for, what went behind this. Does anybody have any preliminary questions? During that meeting, we'll take those questions, answer them if we can. If not, we'll just take them and we'll take meeting minutes, log any questions that were received, any answers that were given, and then the answers that weren't given, we'll fill in, and then that will be your first contract addendum.
Okay.
So it really, if you recall the last time we were talking about this, there's kind of a sweet spot in you want to get this in the contractor's hands in enough time that they can read it and kind of come up with some questions that they might have. Then you can prompt some discussion at these meetings to really get their mind into thinking about the project, clarifying what you're looking for, and then you give them enough time on the back end to detail. Oh wait, I didn't forget about that. Or I forgot to ask this. This wasn't clear to me. You give them enough time after that pre-bid meeting to ask additional questions that we can then answer. And then usually we do kind of a radio silent couple of days. This is it. Here's all the questions, answers. It's cut off. Nothing else. All right, now give us your bids.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think we gave 7 days,
Yeah.
Yes.
the 7-day cutoff.
That's like that's the radio silent area where everybody has all the information. Nothing's going to change in that period, and then you get your final numbers in.
The point of the pre-bid meeting is basically to be able to cut down on the number of questions that you're getting in that time, because otherwise, 5 people might write in with the same
And you
question,
got to answer it 5 different
Right.
times. Yeah.
whereas, if it's something basic, that can be handled right at the pre-bid meeting.
That makes sense. Thank you.
In this case, we state the pre-bid was mandatory.
Yes, we
So
did.
that's another benefit, a lot of times benefit to the pre-bid meeting, making that meeting mandatory, so anybody who doesn't come can't then bid on the project. You're flushing out wild cards in that situation. So I'll be honest, we've already had, not necessarily a project like this per se, but I've already put a street project out, had a mandatory pre-bid meeting. I show up and there's 2 contractors here, and I go, oh, I got a problem. And there you kind of pause, and you might extend the bid windows, or you reach out, hey, why weren't you at the meeting? what's going on and you can adjust as necessary. That could happen here where we, hey, mandatory pre-bid meeting and there's an empty room. And if that's the case, then we do some information gathering, we probably stop the contract and we pivot this to be what it needs to be successful. We don't have to wait all the way till the end of the bid to find out, oh, wow, nobody offered us what we were looking for. You can find that out really early in the process.
Mhm.
Or you have people here that are gonna potentially give you feedback to say, you're crazy if you need this, or we're not paying this, or I need more time. You flush that all out of the pre-bid meeting, so you leave then knowing that, all right, I've got a group of qualified bidders, they've got enough information and time that we get solid bids. So we've done everything we can to say what we want, that'll drive it home.
Right. Thank you very
Bet,
much.
absolutely.
Thanks, Derek.
Appreciate that.
Yep.
Yes.
Are there any other questions or concerns? Derek, did you read, did I send you the finalized one?
Yeah, Heather, I didn't, I mean, I went through, the only thing I was doing, I actually ran some tests. I was kind of testing your rubric just to see how it played out, and I'm good with it.
Yeah, I
think it puts the weight on the things that are important to you. And again, if somebody comes in and absolutely knocks your socks off with an incredible price, gives you something to think about.
right. Well, and I think I mentioned it multiple times throughout there, what our goals were. So I didn't leave that up. I don't leave anyone guessing what our goals were.
Yeah.
It's pretty,
I'm sure when
in
we
their
have
face.
when we have the pre-bid meeting, I imagine that that'll be one of the biggest things we talk about is this scoring system. I'm sure there'll be questions, well, how do I get a 5 instead of a, how do I get a 10 and not a 5? Or what does it take to get a 20? We could probably go into some of that. So what I would recommend, if you, even if you don't approve this tonight, but between now and when the pre-bid meeting goes out, I think all of you on council need to kind of read through this and maybe think to yourself, what am I looking for? If I, maybe you haven't heard it yet, but start thinking of some of those things, like what are your hopes and dreams, so that if a proposal hits your lap and you think, yeah, that's perfect, that's exactly what I'm looking for. So just take some time. There's no real right answer here, but
Right.
we all need to be prepared when this pre-bid meeting comes to basically answer some of those questions. What are we looking for in a perfect world? And then obviously, once the bids come in, those decisions will be made.
awesome.
A question and a comment, but you can go ahead, Frank. Okay. First, I wanted to let you guys know we have the press release ready. I had some extra paragraphs sort of explain the information in the case that we weren't able to have the RFP available, but otherwise, I have it ready. I'm going to CC you on it, Eric, and I'm going to send it to Jack as soon as we get the approval on it. Really simple, and there's just a space at the end to add the hyperlink to the RFP wherever we end up posting it online. So that'll give almost 60 days before the bids even open of additional time for them to take a look at it and start planning. And then the other question I had is, I know it's currently zoned as light industrial.
No, it's light business.
Light business, right. Thank you. I was wondering, is there a scenario in which with a project that we would consider changing it? This isn't like I want to change it. I'm just asking if that's something we would be doing. Probably not, right?
You guys went through and changed your zoning ordinance to allow out there what you'd like to see.
Mhm.
Now, I mean, certainly it's possible that if somebody came in with a project and you guys said, oh, we didn't think about that, but that's something we'd really like out there, you absolutely can change the zoning ordinance again. But
Okay.
that's, but yeah, there was that long exercise prior to, as far as getting the zoning ordinance, how you'd like it to try to shape what project would end up out there.
Okay, thank you.
Let's talk about that a little more. we have a zoning criteria. You're putting a bid out based on that zoning criteria. I would think if someone wants to bid to do something other than what is allowed in zoning, that should not be allowed. You would have to discount that, and if you don't award that bid, then you could have that discussion with that entity.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely, yeah. And I think that would, based on Heather's rubric, if they came in with a project that wasn't allowed in the current zoning ordinance, it likely would knock that down pretty far. It would be hard for them to win
And then
that
you could come
Yeah.
back around
if nothing was
if-
awarded.
if you didn't accept any of the other
Yeah.
bids. You could come back around.
Yep.
Because people bidding will be bidding based on that zoning criteria. So it wouldn't be fair to accept a bid and then change the zoning.
Mhm.
to match the bid.
I think if it doesn't comply with the zoning ordinance, you could very easily give it a 0 for realistic scope of work and a 0 for community benefit alignment
Right.
goals.
Yeah, I was just looking at that.
Yeah.
There's 40 points that you'd lose, and that's pretty significant.
Yeah.
Unless you see something that you go like, really tweak the ordinance with the text amendment to make this work, because this is something we never thought of. Leave
Yeah.
the door open, but you don't have to.
Yeah, that was really like the case that I was imagining that happening is if somebody came with a mixed use development thing that was primarily businesses, but also some, low density apartments. So like currently I don't think that would be allowed, but depending on the pitches that we do end up getting, I was just wondering if that was an option.
I just wanted to make sure that was understood.
That's right.
Being you brought that up, going back to the property that I bought from the borough, on South 12th Street, when I bid, I knew what the zoning was. I think it might even been on the card there, let people know that they're bidding, here's what the zoning is. It wasn't but a couple of weeks after that the borough changed the zoning. I just thought it unfair that it should have been announced at the meeting. I didn't care what it went to. The zoning didn't bother me one bit, but I just thought the way that went, it should have been announced at the meeting.
And it was announced at the actual auction.
Well, then I missed it, and I owe you an apology. But I didn't think it was, and it surprised me when they changed that, so that's my fault. And I don't know what you changed here just now. And then correct me if I'm wrong, I went through this real quick, like, what is the longest period of time that this is going to be open to the public?
45 days, because
40
that's state law.
Yeah. You remember when Brenneman was here, he said it could take years to get a bid on this.
Right,
Why such a short time?
because state law says we can't have a bid open for more than 45 days.
Okay, that answered my question. I just was wondering why, because the more day, can you put another 45 on after that, or?
We could do a second.
A second
bid.
yeah.
Basically send out the same thing again, once
Yeah.
that first one expired, if no one,
And no more than 45 days?
it cannot be more than
Okay,
45.
I thank you. That's my-
Yeah. And that's why we're sending out a press release sometime soon to get awareness about the property up before 45 days opens.
The RFP will be on the street, it just won't be officially open
Yeah.
until.
Any more questions, concerns? Is council prepared to vote tonight on this?
I
Yes,
think so, yeah.
with the suggested changes.
Yes. May I have a motion for approval of the RFP for the sale of McGinnis property based on the borough manager's email address being added and the minimum bid required changed?
I make a motion.
Second.
I have a motion by Councilman Cooper, seconded by Councilman Byers. for the RFP of the sale of McGinnis property. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you, Linda.
And it's in the mail.
Right.
And the press release is in your email, Jack. There it is.
I wonder what that could be.
All right. The next item is approval of estimate on replacing transmission for Freightliner dump truck.
I'll make a motion that we consider approval of the estimate replacing the transmission for the Freightliner dump truck just to initiate conversation.
Just to what?
Initiate conversation from council.
Okay.
I'll second it.
Okay, so let me see if I understand what you're saying. Mr. Murphy.
Hopefully we
Well,
have,
we can't discuss until we have a motion, so
In a second.
he's
All right.
making the motion so that we can put it on the table.
Discuss it.
And you second it.
Mhm.
to approve it, yes.
So now we have
So
comments.
now we can
Yeah.
comment. I just wonder, I realize we need it. I have no question about that. It's been a good truck and there's been no other problems with it. So I realize that. I want you to have your new transmission. You don't know how much I want that. I want to know how we're paying for it, where that money's coming from. And once I know that, I will vote to put it through. But I'll vote no until I know how we're paying for it.
Well, it's not coming from a grant, that's for sure, so.
Yeah.
So it's gonna come from the borough's funds.
Yeah.
I mean, I brought it, I made the motion because I think we really need to talk this through. I mean, I'm talking to Jake about this already. Problem is, it's $14,000, a lot of money. But the second problem is, A, do we really need that truck in our fleet? Because if we do, then we gotta get it back on the streets and running. Because we all know if we were to get hit with a storm in the next, we're not supposed to, but if something would happen, we get a serious storm again in the next couple of weeks, you're gonna be paying the contractors, independent
Well, we
contractors
just
to
paid
come in.
about
I'm
7,000.
just saying, you're gonna be
Yeah.
paying it again to bring them in.
Yeah.
And it won't take long to pay off what a transmission costs. Second thing is, there's no guarantee it's gonna crap out next week. Hopefully we'll have Jake's kind of luck and not my kind of luck, and it lasts us another few years. But the other thing you really need to consider is if you don't fix it, if you just leave it in the condition it is, we can't sell it as is. We'd have to put it on municipal bid
Mhm.
and probably get $5,000, maybe. You sure as heck ain't gonna get maybe 30 that you might get, 30, 35, 40 if you sold it
Yeah, I don't
in working condition, but to sell
want to
something.
see us get rid of the truck.
No, I know,
Yeah.
but
I want to see it get fixed.
I know. Timing could be worse. I get it.
I'll bow to you, Jack. Do we have the money to pay for this? $14,000.
Well,
You know,
I-
you know what the bills are,
Right. I've been communicating with all of you about our financial challenges,
right?
and we are probably at the lowest point we've been at in a long time as far as our current balances.
Yeah.
It would come from our general fund balance.
Yeah.
You know what that amount is.
Can't take that out of liquid fuels.
I was just gonna say that we have a maintenance line item, in liquid fuels, I think it's $10,000.
Let me see.
If you use that.
A portion of it?
4,000 out of the general, out of our normal maintenance.
Highway equipment maintenance in liquid fuels. Is that what you're referring to? Yeah, that's 7,500. So then out of the general fund, I assume it would then come out of fuel and vehicles, which is 51,000 for the year.
Well, you're looking at the budget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that's a different conversation. I'm just trying to,
Well, even with the liquid fuels.
Yeah.
still gonna be.
So Jake, my question to you is, the 14,000 is an estimate? Um,
14,139.30.
out of the big trucks we have what, 4 big trucks?
Three.
3? And the one with the electrical problems, that's fixed?
So we have 2 big trucks down.
2 out of 3.
We only have one right now in
Right.
service.
And unfortunately, that's a concern.
There,
Mhm.
And while this week and next week doesn't look like snow in the forecast, doesn't take much to build up. And we are already behind because, not because of anybody in particular, but the snow is a bad snow as far as ice and build up, and it's just not melting. So I don't know, all, but it has.
and without knowing what the other, what the electrical issue is with the other one, that's, that's a concern too. 'Cause that'll have to be paid as well. But,
Didn't you say, I mean, if it's an electronic module,
Oh, good.
they have lots of them.
Yeah.
Sometimes some modules are $1,500.
Yeah.
And then plus you have the labor.
Labor to do it. Labor to find it. Labor is always a killer when it comes to electronic stuff.
How long would the truck be down? The transmission repair? Did they get?
Repair on this, they said it'll be about a week or so until we got the new one, which there is a warranty with that transmission. It'll probably be another week until it's repaired. So just basically about.
So that's a rebuilt transmission then? That's not new.
Jake, last week, didn't you say this was your most dependable truck? Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
It's been
2005, and, it's been 16 years here. It's been a great truck.
Frank?
Hold on, are
So-
we done? Are we done discussion up here?
No, I'm just looking something up.
Okay.
But you can talk to Frank.
Yeah, so it is a 2005.
Yes.
I was going to ask
Freightliner.
that.
Freightliner.
Yes. Does it have an hour meter on it?
I'm sure.
Does anybody know what it is? What was some of the other bids?
I believe that they took it to our standard mechanic.
Yeah, I took it to our local repair shop.
Yeah, but did, so we didn't do no other bids.
Well,
the man just said, well,
as Jake just said, it had to be towed there.
every
So it was stuck out in the street, it had to be towed there.
Yeah, but that don't say you got to give it to them to fix it.
No, but do you tow it to another garage to get a bid? Do you tow it to another garage after that to get a bid?
If you saved quite a few thousand, wouldn't that have been beneficial? Is this stick or automatic? It's automatic. Probably from the people up there at Keller, you're the only one that knows this. Back when the sewer plant dissolved, I thought there was going to be a big sale of all the equipment, but instead everything was turned over to the highway department, and they had some big dump trucks. So whatever happened to them?
We still have the pinwheel.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
That's not set up for a plow or salt spread. That's just primarily used as a
Dump truck. That's the dump
Yeah.
truck.
Didn't we have two of them that we got?
Oh, yes, we did get 2. There's the other one's an old international. That's the old one.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Frank. So, Mr. Murphy. Approval of estimate on replacing
I
drivers.
say we take the vote. If we do, we don't know. But I think we needed to have this conversation and let people know the situation that we're sitting at right now with our equipment. It's a crappy situation either way, but and it's not just snow. something could happen to, I don't know, our storm sewer could fail or something, and the road collapse, or, anything could happen. You're gonna need that, you're gonna need more trucks than one, you know what I mean? I don't know. I can't see in the future what's gonna happen, but, it's not a good situation to not have it, and it's not a good situation given our financial situation. So I think we just have to.
Kelly made me think of it. Other than snow, how much is this truck really being used?
It's used quite a bit.
Yeah, this could use a lot.
In the summer, it's road work.
Stuff like that.
It's probably used mostly when we're doing paving or not.
Paving operations. It doesn't only asphalt, but it's used when we do base repairs and stuff like that.
I do agree that I think that just based on the reliability and some of the other factors of the truck, I do think we need to get it repaired. It's just really, do we do it in the next 2 months or not? A 2 week turnaround was you said like about 2 weeks. I mean, if we have we have being repaired for its electrical issue, maybe we just keep an eye on the weather coming up. And if we see something that starts to get us worried 2 weeks, we try to get it dealt with as soon as we can. But
What do you propose to do with it in the meantime? Go back down the yard and let it sit?
Where is it at Goods now?
You know,
It's that good right now.
you can't let it sit.
Goods won't let you sit there.
yeah.
They won't let you sit there because they don't want the liability sitting on their
Gotcha.
property.
When you talked about the financial, is that coming out of the general fund? It can't be out of capital, or do we not have anything there? I mean, it is equipment. I didn't know if that would count for.
I'm just talking, what our funds are at right now.
That is capital. That's including
Yeah,
capital.
it's a combined.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I was a little surprised at the labor. The parts looked pretty reasonable on them. The labor came in at over 13,000. That was pretty shocking.
There's
3,000.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, this paper says.
You don't look at the back.
Oh, well, yeah, because right here it says the total labor is 13,570. It says total parts are $353. That's why I'm not understanding that, I guess.
If you look at the first page, it's spelled out. I don't know why when they put it, they total everything.
Yeah, because that's the work order estimate that's here. It just,
Transmission alone, $6,000.
Okay.
$6,800.
Now, is that because it comes in two parts?
Yeah, you got the transmission and the power takeover unit assembled, which is $3,000. That has to be replaced.
Sharon, there's the breakdown from the screen.
yeah, I was just looking at the board packet because you would have that, I think, in your
Right.
packet. And
Yeah,
it
we do have
clearly
it.
says the labor was, and I
No,
thought,
yeah,
wow.
right.
But
Yeah.
I see what you're saying, Dick. There's another page there. Thank you.
3 is the labor, and 4, 5, and 6 are parts.
Well,
It's-
I mean, if we want to come up with the chance of not being able to pay our bills. I don't know what you've got coming up, Jack.
So here's my proposal. We have 3 outstanding BIOS
Mhm.
payments submitted, correct?
Actually, one's a BIOS. You're talking about what I pulled.
No.
Okay.
You
the
submitted
draws.
draws.
That's
You have
correct.
3 outstanding
Yes.
draws.
Yes.
We're meeting with BIOS, or we're meeting with EDC
CDC.
to try to speed the process up.
Mhm.
I recommend fixing this, but once
One's coming.
funds come in.
Yeah.
Because the first draw that we received, the first full draw we received should be a decent draw. I believe that's 200 some thousand.
Well, we received 50,000 already,
Right,
right?
And that was
the
a
total
small
is
one. That was the
80
very first
for the
one.
first draw.
right,
Yes, the second draw is around 200 to 300,000. I
Right.
believe.
Have we received the the grant portion from the EDC yet?
We have not. That's one of our questions for them on Thursday.
So Eric, you're saying basically vote with the contingent of when that money comes in, send in the repair order, not before.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think we can say based on when the upcoming storm's coming.
Yeah.
That's probably too late.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so too.
But at the
Even though I
same
said it.
time, I don't think we're in a financial position today
Yeah.
to authorize it. But once that draw comes in, I think we'll be in a position where we can do that.
Absolutely.
What kind of time frame are you talking
Um,
Unknown.
It is unknown.
about? Unknown.
I mean, in 2 weeks, Jake may come back and say it has to get done. I don't know. But I don't know what else to do.
Can you
I
ask,
think you need to fix your dump truck and get serviceable on the road.
Jake, can you ask Goods if they can hold for 2 weeks? Okay,
2 weeks isn't going to do that.
well, we'll be talking to CDC. so-
EDC.
EDC.
Yeah, if they have like net 30 or something like that, give us 30 days to pay it or something. I don't know. It may not even be enough time.
You can use your next item of business if you approve it. Take your dump truck and get it back on the road.
So what do we want to do, guys?
All right. Kelly, did I get a motion on that? I forget.
Yeah, we did. We had a second, we had a motion and a second.
Excuse me?
We had a motion and a second.
All right. That was Ethan.
Heather was second.
Heather was-
Heather.
Oh, you were?
Yeah, I second.
Yeah, Heather. All right. So we're looking at just getting it fixed. No,
I think how you vote would say whether you think you should get it fixed or not. I mean, if
Well, I mean, the
everything-
motion was to
fix it.
to
to
fix it.
fix it.
If you vote no, then you're saying postpone it.
Okay. So I have a motion by Councilman Murphy, second by Councilman Zink to approve replacing the transmission for the Freightliner dump truck. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
Ayes have it.
4-2. What's it, 4-2?
Yeah.
It's not an ideal situation either way. Just,
So as was just discussed, added item 9D, authorize staff to process either a line of credit or a tax anticipation loan or a REN.
Revenue anticipation.
revenue anticipation note.
Note.
There you go. All we're doing is authorizing staff to move forward with it. We would have to vote on the final process once we have the terms and the amounts.
Mhm.
So that's what this is asking for, just authorization to move.
And how soon would that probably come in, the terms? You have it at the next meeting, you
We
think?
should have it for the next meeting, it's
Okay.
2 weeks away.
Mr. President,
Yes.
also, you probably want to mention that any use of that would require council approval.
Council approval.
Right,
Any use of the RAM money.
okay.
Do you need to make a motion?
Well,
I think once we see if we get it or not, I would think that'd be the time we'd say, hey, any money from the RAM would have to be council approved.
But do we have to make a
We
motion?
have
for
to-
staff?
This is just a motion.
Oh,
To direct staff.
To direct
I'm sorry,
staff.
I thought we did RAM, sorry. Brain did.
We make a motion to direct staff to continue with Truist Bank for a run.
An open line of credit or a RAN.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if it was ran or run.
I'll second it. That's right.
So if you wanted to, you could pay for the transmission out of this?
Yes.
Okay. And I will tell you, back in the 80s when I was on council, every year, just about every year, we had a TAN note.
We
They
did it
they
in
were popular.
2008, 2009. My
Yeah.
first 2 years on council, we did.
And how do you set an amount on that?
We made it based on a discussion with our finance people. So we're looking at a $2 million bridge loan.
Thank you.
Any other questions, concerns? So I have a motion to authorize staff to process for either line of credit or RAM. Motion by Councilman Cooper, second by Councilman Murphy. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. New business. Consider a contract renewal with Cidium for infrastructure firewalls and switches. Borough Manager Brahma, you explain this.
Yeah, the timing is very poor. I acknowledge that. However, this is a project that's not been going unresolved for over 2 years, and we are out of time. We have till about the middle of March, and then our software will not be supported any longer.
So $23,000.
That's correct.
So this goes back to when we brought Cidium in, and they requested certain things be done, and he kept requesting.
And we didn't do it.
That's correct.
I just don't think there's any follow through.
They followed through on our part.
No, on the manager's part.
Okay.
So Jack is bringing it to our attention.
That's what I'm trying to find right
I don't think
Yes,
it's,
this is part of the capital budget. There were, I guess, a $50,000 total amount, a number of infrastructure improvements under Cidium. So what I had them do is look at the overall and identify those items that are critical.
Mhm.
And this is
what
this
was
is where we're
critical.
at.
And so just for the general public's information, this is mostly like security related
That's correct.
stuff for the municipal, for the highway department, for the police department, all sorts of technical security.
That's correct.
Yeah, today's environment with all the hacking and even people that have safety measures in place, they're still getting hammered.
Yeah.
I think it's crazy if again, the timing could be better, but to go without proper security you're really playing with fire.
I mean, I'd be a hypocrite if I didn't say the same thing for the truck of if we can wait until we have the money come in, I'd feel a lot more comfortable voting for it.
yeah.
March what?
Right now, the project is scheduled for the beginning of March, so about 2 to 3 weeks. So we do have a little bit of time. But
Okay.
here's the problem: they need to actually order the hardware.
The quote expires on the 28th of February, so we'd have to have it decided before then.
Yeah, I mean, considering the sensitive material that we police department keeps. You know,
Yeah.
we are liable for protecting those things around the clock. So.
If no money comes in, I don't know what's not gonna get paid because of it, but it has to be paid, so something else is gonna suffer probably.
Something that would need paid in March as
Yeah.
opposed to this.
Yeah.
Could we table this until the next meeting after your conversation with Lancaster EDC so we have a bit of a better idea of what that sort of situation is with the BIOS money coming in?
I'm understanding that we're going to potentially run into a timing issue with ordering the equipment.
Okay. So it would have to be tonight that we would make the
That is
decision.
correct.
Are they requiring any kind of down payment to put an order in for equipment?
No.
They wouldn't give you any time on it, would they?
I think so after the work is done, we'll have about a month to pay the invoice. Yes.
Okay.
All right,
They should give us like,
so if it's not 30, April 1st, it would be due.
Well, it starts in March, so it might be 30 days from the end when they complete April, which would be after we get proper.
So if we don't have to pay them until then I'd say let's go for it. But if we have to pay them beginning of March before they do the work or order the parts, then it's kind of scary.
Well, we're going to be informed about the bridge loan, though.
What, honey?
We're going to be informed about the bridge loan and the possibility of it before we have to pay this bill. So,
Yeah.
and like I said, the sensitive data that we make, and, you know,
Oh yeah, I
this
understand that.
this is a pittance that we may face if that
Yeah.
if that information's leaked. So,
But a lawsuit would
I'm
also
not
come
saying
in.
don't pay it. I'm hoping we can hold
No,
off
yeah,
until
it's
April
just-
to pay it.
Yeah.
not a great situation.
If we're able to do that, then I would be comfortable paying with it because it's already sort of laid out in the budget as something that we were expecting. It's really just during these first 3 months that would be problematic to pay it. But if we're able to pay it, you know, up to 30 days after it's installed, which could potentially be mid to late April, then I would be fine with that.
And I would be too.
It's under new business. Is everybody comfortable with voting on this tonight?
Yes.
All right. May I have a motion to consider a contract renewal with Citium for infrastructure, firewalls, and switches?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion by Councilman Ziegler, second by Councilman Zink, to renew the renewal with Citium for infrastructure, firewalls, and switches. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. The next is a special event application waiving the fees for Go Green on April 24th, 2026. This is the sod salvage and SNH thing they put on down to River Park. And the reason it's waiving fees is it is a public service. It's a local company, and anybody have any questions on this?
Nope.
Is
I
everybody
know
okay?
one thing that it was highlighted here, it said about Borough Council will need to decide if the food trucks will need to get a transient business permit, so.
Okay.
Do we need to discuss that as well, as far as proving this, or?
When I looked over the transient business definition, it seemed pretty clear that they would need one.
Yeah.
So I think that might have just been them being
Question.
cautious, but
Yes.
I think they would require one.
Yes. We generally do.
But Megan's here, so I just wanted
Is that
So
correct,
she-
Megan?
What was the question?
There's a note in here saying Borough Council will need to decide if the food trucks will need to get transient business permits for the river park, but I assume they would.
I would imagine that they would. I'm not specifically handling that aspect of the event, but I think the expectation would be that they would need transient business permits.
Thank you.
I think that's standard.
Yeah, I wasn't sure since it was
Is Arbor Day
highlighted.
involved with that?
Yes,
That's
Arbor
the
Day
same-
is
so
involved
that's
as
a
well
borough
this
function.
year.
Right.
that's a borough function.
Yeah, since it was highlighted there, I just wondered if the question came from, I wasn't sure if the question came from you or somebody else. So.
Yeah.
And just for my sake, the actual food truck owner is required to get the permit. We are just required as the event
Yeah.
organizers to make it known that that is required.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do they give you a copy, Megan?
I don't think so. In the past, when they show up to the event, I ask them if they have one and they show it to me.
Okay,
It's not like required, it's just a formality that I do.
that's sufficient. So, what's our question?
Approving the event with waiving the fees.
Waiving the fee.
Okay. I make a motion.
Oh,
to-
hold on. That's fine.
How much is a fee that we're waiving?
$50. I'll say, I thought it was $50.
$50.
Same way with the other two.
Yeah.
When you
Yeah.
get to them. Appreciate it.
And everybody's okay to vote on this tonight?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve the special event application waiving the fees for Go Green on April 24th.
And I'll second.
Okay. I have a motion to approve the special event waiving the fees for Go Green for 2026. Motion by Councilman Byers, second by Councilman Cooper. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Consider special event application waiving the fees for Bridge Burner Outdoor Recreation Expo on 6/27/2026. I believe this one is both SNH and Columbia Parks and Rec are working together to do an event down there for the burning of the bridge.
Well, the River Expo on Saturday is actually it's SNHA and River Towns. Saturday evening and Sunday, we're working on some additional events, but we will come forth with and submit permits additionally for those.
Okay.
Yeah, the expo has happened in conjunction with the Bridge Burner Challenge race, and it wraps up by 1:30, 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay.
And then again, any food trucks that would be involved, if any, the expectation would be, again, with the transient business permit would be required.
Same fee, $50. Do I have a motion for the special event application waiving burning Bridge Burner Outdoor Recreation Expo?
We need a motion before discussion, right?
Yeah.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
I have a motion by Councilman Byers, second by Councilman Zink for special event application waiving the fee for Bridge Burner Outdoor Recreation Expo 6/27/26.
I wanted to ask on the application, it says, are you charging a fee to participate? Yes. But then if so, how much? It says no vendor fees. I just wanted to ask for
It's
clarification.
because the race, we do collect fees to sign up for the Bridge Burner Challenge portion of that, which is the run and paddle race. But the River Expo that happens on the lawn in the park is basically recreation partners that are local to the region. So we do not charge a fee.
And how much is the fee to participate in the recreation?
On the application, there is a range because there is an early registration fee, which is less than the fee that happens after May 1st.
Okay.
Megan, do you reach out to the fire police directly?
I do. I usually reach out directly to Floyd.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Does that answer your question?
Does. I'm having trouble
I'm not
finding
finding
the
it
fee, the range on the application though.
I'm not finding it.
So I was looking at the website right now, it's $55 for early registration and $65 after for the whole thing.
Okay.
Thank you.
And that's a
Thank you.
racer's
It looks
fee.
like the digital
Yeah, right.
application cut it off.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought might have happened. Okay. Thank you.
That's the racer fee.
All right.
Which they'll use the trail and the river.
Yeah, it uses a section of the trail. It's about a mile section, and then the paddle across the river and back.
Right. Any other questions?
No.
Concerns? I have a motion by Councilman Byer, second by Councilman Zink, to consider special event application waiving the fees for Bridge Burner Outdoor Recreation Expo on 6/27/2026. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Consider special event application waiving fee for Juneteenth paddle 6/20/2026. Megan, would you like to explain that one?
Yeah, not a problem. So this is in conjunction with DCNR. Most of the event will actually take place on the Mifflin Farm property in Wrightsville. The event will end with a paddle across the river. I wanted to submit the application because there will be getting off the water, loading up kayaks with the outfitters, and then shuttling people back to the Mifflin Farm where they park. But because this is on the same day as the car show, I just thought that, the borough should know that that was happening. We will need to get a PA fish and boat permit as well.
So really, it'll be boat dock around the bridge and out.
Yeah, we'll be using the SNHA Vanda shuttle, which is about, with the driver, 11 passengers, so it might take a couple passes. So we're
Right.
looking at maybe an hour we'll be in the park, people enjoying the building in the park until they're shuttled back to their vehicles.
Will there be any impact to parking?
No, because all the people paddling will have already parked at the Mifflin Farm, done the hike portion, paddled, and will need to go back.
Sounds good.
Sounds fine.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Do I have a motion to accept the application waiving fee for Juneteenth paddle 6/20/26?
So moved.
Second.
A motion by Councilman Cooper, second by Councilman Byers. Sorry.
It's
I get
okay.
hung up on there. Councilman Byers, for a special event application and waiving the fee for Juneteenth paddle 6/20/26. All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. Consider special event application Raven Ridge Wildlife 4/11/2026. Now, Megan, if I remember correctly, we approved this once already and they changed the date.
Yes, what they had not realized is it's usually annually the first Saturday, but because of Easter this year, they wanted to change everything with the event to just the following Saturday.
Okay.
Actually, I don't think this one came to us yet this year.
Oh, you know what? I think it
This
was,
is one that they've done every year. so
it was sent to us and it was
it's a
tabled and then, you're
That
right.
definitely
I'm sorry.
happened with our application.
Okay.
And we're not waiving the fee on this one?
No, this is an outside.
Okay,
Okay.
this is for Washington Borough.
I'll make a motion to approve special event application for the Raven Ridge Wildlife Center's baby shower.
I'll second.
Any other questions, concerns?
No.
I have a motion by Councilman
You got it.
Myers.
to be.
Second by Councilman Zink to approve the special event application for Raven Ridge Wildlife on 4/11/2026. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Ayes have it. Staff reports, comments, and announcements. Borough Manager Brommer.
I just wanted to give an update. I had mentioned about 2 weeks ago that I had applied for an extension for the Maple Park project so that our grant funding was not jeopardized. And I'm pleased to announce that it was in fact approved by DCNR. So we are good until June 1st.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Do you have an update on light posts?
Uh-oh.
So the light post order was canceled. We were looking for an alternative, and now we want to actually order the post that we had planned on initially installing. So we're going to reorder. Yes. I know.
What-
Why did it get
Scratching.
canceled?
When you say we, it's the
Contractor.
That's
correct.
Delaware Electronics.
Delaware.
Yes.
Why did they cancel the order?
Because of the timing.
Because of the
They
time.
found a type of post that was going to meet our needs, wasn't ideal. So the original order was canceled and we were proceeding with this. And they didn't wait until we heard back from DCNR regarding the extension, the time extension.
Gotcha.
So now the original light post is what we're going to pursue. However, it's not going to arrive until sometime in March, maybe early April.
Okay.
Yes.
The saga continues.
Yes, this wasn't a decision made by us.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
I
We
know.
understand. It's been
Thank you for
one
following up.
calamity after another.
I don't think we'll be using them again.
It's
Anything else?
That's all.
Usually if there's anything from legal or
Legal.
engineering, but that's not on here. So are we not?
I know
Derek-
Derek's
Derek's
That's one
trying.
of your first axes.
Cut your time out.
Derek
Yep.
doesn't get to
Derek's
talk
chomping at the
anymore.
bit.
Derek,
over
you
there,
don't get
so.
any time. Evan doesn't get any time.
You can have my time tonight, okay?
I appreciate that, but I don't have any further comment.
I just have just one, I will give you an update. We did receive the signed easement agreement back for the crossing at the wastewater treatment plant. So that is with the attorney for JG Environmental is gonna record that easement agreement. He has all the paperwork that he needs. So I didn't get a chance to talk to him early this week, but my guess is it may have already been recorded. So I'm hoping that we can move quickly to getting that settled and sold now. So just a heads up, I wanted to provide that update to you.
That's
Thank you.
great. Thank you.
Boards, commissions, and committees, upcoming meetings. Harb is tomorrow. Parks and Rec is 2/12. Planning is 2/17.
Actually, this says harvest today. 2/10.
That's why I said Shade Tree is 2/23/26. Minutes approved, the civil service, December 9th, 2025, January 13th, 2026, and last at 12/18/2025. Borough Council comments. We'll start with Councilman Byers.
Just really quick. I was thinking a bit more about how we can specifically what would be possible for us to do as far as improving the live stream. So to start, I know this is going to open a can of worms, but anyone who regularly watches the live stream, feel free to email my borough email with common complaints or suggestions that you see, or things you would like to be improved on the live stream, so we can start getting some of that feedback together and talking about what we can do to improve it, and keep that quality regularly into the future. I hope so. You can email me at my Borough Council thing. I'd love to hear any comments about what we can do to improve that. But that's all I have.
Thank you. Councilman Cooper.
No, I don't have anything to.
Thank you. Councilman Singh.
I was expecting Leo to mention it, but since he didn't, I guess I get the pleasure of talking about it. We had the honor this weekend, several of us, to attend the banquet for the fire department, to hear all of the highlights from 2025. The number of training hours that some of those people put in is incredible. The number of calls that they run, I think the person that ran the highest number was something like 53% of the total calls that came in last year. One person went on. I mean, it was incredible. Hats off to our first responders, and publicly thank them for inviting us to the banquet and enjoying a nice evening with them.
I'm glad you brought that up, Heather. I may put in. I talked with Jared Barninger after dinner, and when Chief Brown was going to get with him on a date to bring those guys and those award winners in here so the public can see and hear what you just spoke about, the amount of hours, which is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Both training and
I
operation.
forgot to bring my paper in. I left it in the car.
I got an extra one for the chief.
Oh, okay.
And that's all.
Well, I had mine in the car, and I was going to bring it in, and then it was under something else, and I forgot till I got in here. So that is all.
Councilman Murphy.
Nothing specific. We do have our first legislation meeting between myself and Heather and Jack and Paul next Wednesday. So you should be hearing something, if not for next meeting, but for the March workshop.
Thank you. Councilman Ziegler.
Public safety does have a meeting tomorrow with Lifeline to discuss our ongoing EMS situation. So any input is appreciated. Additionally, we will be meeting with the fire department on the 19th of February. And we're going to be meeting with their leadership and representatives and discussing our furtherance of cooperation with the fire department as well.